like, because here's the thing. Think of all the things that are being said about you that you don't even know. Think about like Reddit, chat rooms. Think about all the things that are being said about you and me right now that we don't even know. So we're existing without knowing that. So the joke's not on us. The joke is like, your life is the same. Right now, there's a whole Reddit thread about you and me that's horrible, probably. And we're still living. We're not aware of it. So when you are aware of it, it's the same situation. You're no different than if you didn't see it. I will not let the trolls ruin it for these wonderful, good people. For now, God help me, because it takes a long time. I like responding to people on YouTube, and because people say like no one responds to them that's in the podcast space. And I'm like, I said it before. You might think I'm so egotistical or whatever. Without these listeners, I am nothing. It's true.
Love your show.
This show does not exist with you and me because of the fucking housewives. It exists because of these people.
Listen to us. I know we have to wrap up. I wanted to ask you one last thing because I picture this as your childhood, but you know, Kyle and Mauricio bought Portia, their daughter, a $90,000 Porsche for her 60th birthday. And Kyle's defending it. She says Portia deserves it. She's such a good kid. Do you think a 16-year-old ever deserves a Porsche? I mean, what was your high school car, by the way?
Okay.
Mercedes?
Listen to me. You and Anna Konkosis, the other day I was on with her and she was like, oh, she was saying literally the same thing about this, that like, I'm sure you think this is okay. First of all, Kyle is she was just stopped by TMZ. I don't know if you saw this. Like, they want to talk, and TMZ was like, do you think this is inappropriate? Like, they ain't letting it go. Believe it or not, my car in high school was, don't forget, I went to high school with Miss Hemsley. And I don't know what Dory drove in high school. I can't remember. But my car was very reasonable. However,
what was it?
However, mine was like I don't even think it exists anymore. Like a Chevrolet, like one of those, like not like an Oldsmobile. No, my parents were like,
you see, it was American. I am shocked.
American. My parents were like, the gift is you're actually getting a car. So that should be a gift alone. You know, but I was down to earth. My ex-girlfriend, yes, ex-girlfriend, she had a Mercedes, and then our other best friend had like a Jaguar, and this, yeah. So what you're picturing is very real, but I was the down to earth one. Look, Portia cried and she went crazy, and Mauricio came to the house and they gave it to her together. I mean,
I love it. You drove a Chevrolet. Can anyone see him in a Chevrolet?
I was very down to earth.
I think you're winning now in the home category, but I had a Saab. I had, when the Saab,
excuse me,
the late 90s, the Saab was like,
yes, honey.
I did very well in high school as far as grades. And so my first car was a stick shift Saab. I thought it was like insane. And in the late 90s, early aughts, like everybody had a subwoofer and a changer CD player in the back, baby. I had one of those. It was like, I was so white trying to be gangster. It was crazy.
A Saab was, no, I mean, trust me, yeah. So that's like that's
the worst junk cars out there. They're like, okay, meanwhile, I did no research and they were like, it was always in the repair shop. It was such a junker. But honey, I thought that car was so preppy and where it was at.
I mean, I see both sides on this one. It's like, Mauricio makes so much money. Her name is Portia. You give her a Porsche, like if you could afford it.
No, too many kids like die in these cars, and in Beverly Hills. It was just
You're not a fan of that.
Like this billionaire family gave their son a Ferrari, and he ended up like killing a mother and child. Like, no, it's too much car for two young kids.
I mean, Teresa gave what was that? That was a Mercedes that Melania got in the accident and totaled within like the 24 hours.
I don't know. Watch me buy my son some insane Range Rover.
I think if you were Kyle and your husband, okay, let me back up. If you had Kyle's money and your husband had Mauricio's money, and you lived in Beverly Hills, she has to go to the high school, darling. I'm not sure that you wouldn't buy her A Porsche. I'm not condoning it, but Kyle is not, I'm
I
not as
probably,
bothered.
okay, I probably would, but I'd be like, I'd make it pre-owned. Like, I'd be like, you're not getting a brand new.
I had to put gas in my own car.
Yeah.
My parents were like, here's the car and how it runs. That's, your problem. You go. Now, I do want to say that if you're trying to teach your children about money and you don't want them to just be given this, you need to go to greenlight.com and you need to download the Greenlight app. No, 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 Sarah. This is for your son, the best thing that you need. It teaches the children about, I'm being really serious. You teach them about money. You can put money, like if they clean their room, you give a little allowance. If they wash the dishes, it's greenlight.com/velvet rope. You can sign up today and get your first month free of the debit card and money app made for families and teach your children about money. Could you imagine if you were growing up, if you had the Greenlight app and you cleaned your room, I'd say, here's $1. You did this maybe in Beverly Hills, it's $100. And then you have money there, it's like Pavlov's dog. I
Wait, I
recommend
actually
this.
do need this because
See, I'm not kidding you.
I
This is
have
good.
a 300 doll collection that is worth zero, honey. I just went through my dolls. I have the Osbournes, In Sync, sweetheart. They are worth maybe 19 measly dollars on eBay. That is where my inheritance went. My mom and I collected all these stupid dolls.
The
They ain't worth shit. I
Osbournes.
needed this. I needed this app. Let me tell you. I gotta love you.
I'm
I got
telling you this, I'm not making it up. This really
I
teaches.
am.
I'm going to send you then get this for your son. Put like $1 in if he does something, $2. This is not an ad. I'm trying to help you. And you want it before we leave, and you think I'm crazy. So she's collecting dolls that apparently now are worth zero. And I collect Louis Vuittons. Well, guess what? My shit can
They're
be
worth
sold.
believe me, I'm like, Mom, why didn't we collect Chanel? Like everything we collected Beanie Babies, they were worth
Ooh,
zero.
that's not worth anything.
Oh, I think we actually did have the Princess Diana one, which was worth money, but my mom gave it away. There was a family that had a house fire here in Maine. She felt so terribly. She gathered up all the Beanie Babies, took them to this family, and she gave them the Princess Diana one. So they probably are the people on TV that made $75,000.
Before we go, you need to link up with, first of all, I didn't even know there was, yeah, Princess Diana Beanie Baby. That's worth, come on, cha-ching. You need to link up with my good friend Tori Spelling because she also likes the dolls and the Beanie Babies. I
That's
say
why she's broke and I'm still working on buying a house because we
she's broke.
invested all of our money in dolls. All right. I love you.
Love
Bye.
you much. Bye.